The left is a fake alternative. They claim to be anti-establishment when they just want the so-called correct people as part of the establishment who will preserve and maintain the state that holds together and enforces the class system. The left is not anti-establishment, and it is not anti-capitalist or anti-hierarchy, and it is not for equality. It is the left wing of capitalism in the form of social capitalism, state capitalism, or Marxist ideology. And these days it mainly consists of the middle class who have abandoned the working class and don't care about them. Many middle-class leftists also see themselves as superior to working-class people and look down on them and often despise them. Such people, when they do claim to care about the poor and marginalised, only do this to have a position of leadership and power, seeing themselves as natural leaders or representatives over the working class and or marginalised people in general. Left anarchism is a type of ideology that tries to combine elements of anarchism with left-wing politics. They are commonly known as social anarchists, though this label is somewhat misleading as individualist anarchism is often social as well, and there have always been and remains today anarchists who mix the social aspects with the individual aspects. Left so-called anarchism tends to consist of formal organisations which are purely collectivist and lack any real focus on the individual, if any at all. Due to this and their organisationalism, they do in fact have a hierarchy, as well as the problem of dogma and doctrinal purity. They are more like Marxists than genuine anarchists. These days they tend to be inspired by platformism, which Malatesta and many other anarchists rightly rejected as being a type of hierarchical Bolshevik organisation. The synthesis of leftism and anarchism has been somewhat effective sometimes, such as anarcho-syndicalism back in the early part of the 20th century, for example. But it has not been as successful as its proponents would like it to have been, and can be viewed as an outdated failure now overall, and one that can be very ideological, and often is. It always consists of more leftism than anarchism, and that is always its flaw. Though it's not always the case, the left also often consists of sheep-like followers who may have some sincere beliefs, but who are the type of people who need a cause or an ideology to commit to, or a group identity to cling on to, and who subordinate themselves to an ideology or a clique of leaders or a single personality who they see as some kind of saviour figure. They put these things over themselves as individuals. Despite what some people will say, it's not just right-wing politics that is the problem. And I'll leave some relevant links in the description. Thank you for listening, everyone. All the best.